let's talk ancient mysteries today. These video clips are a little more casual. I'll get you over to my website. You can watch my films online at mysteryislands.net. The topic today is the King's List. Any ancient alien student should definitely know about this giant block of stone, and carved in stone is a list of dynasties dating back to ancient Sumer, which is today called Iraq. And there's a long list of kings and kingships, but the interesting part is the earliest kings have very long reigns. I printed out a little bit. Nefelim, the first king, 28,800 years. The second king, 36,000 years. So incredible time lengths. It's, to me, good documentation that these were the Anunnaki. These were not humans on the earth at that time. As you go down the list, it becomes less and less length of time, such as 100 years, 50 years, and eventually down to 10 years, 5 years. Short reigns, as you know, it's very volatile with people being kings over the land. And the lower list can be researched and found in other documents as well, so that's good correlation. We know the lower list is accurate. Traditional viewpoints are that, well, the older list is fantasy, it's fiction, but the lower list is fact. That doesn't wash with me. I don't believe you mix fact and fiction in one document. I just don't believe that. I take the whole thing literally. It's a street smart, practical way to look at life on Earth. And I don't believe in complicated explanations. So that's what I'm going with. This is an accurate list. And, in the Bible, Methuselah was 1,000 years old, and may have been, the time span may have been much longer that people lived. And the Anunnaki had 3,600 years for 1 year of our time. It was called a shar. So it's just another indicator that they were on their timekeeping system, not ours. The King's List, check out photos online, read it, see for yourself what you think. That's my opinion. Next is Genesis 6. I want to talk about that verse in the Bible. It talks about the sons of gods coming down from heaven, mating with the women on the earth, and their offspring are giants. And so that's 3 groups on the planet during Old Testament times. That's human beings, these sky gods, and then giants, or Nefelim, fallen angels. So apparently life was much more complex, and there was a interaction between Anunnaki and humans at that time. Genesis 6 changes subjects. It does not give us any more details. If you look through the Bible piece carefully, there are verses here and there that refer to the giants, Rephaim, Nephilim, whatever, up until King David, of course, killed Goliath with a slingshot. There's a lot of evidence of giants up until recent times. In the 1800s, there's newspaper accounts of burial mounds in Ohio, Mississippi, where giant bones have been found and then taken off to a museum, never to be seen again. You can research that with the pictures online. Lovelock Caves in Nevada is one example. Many giant skeletons were found. They had red hair and double rows of teeth. They were fighting with the Indians, apparently, and that's called Lovelock Caves in Nevada. It's in one of my films at mysteryislands.net, and you can see them online for free. Not for free, sorry, but for about $5. But you don't have to buy the DVD. You can just watch the clips for free or watch online for $5 to support my work. And then lastly, I want to talk a little bit broadly about our general history timelines. When we're looking back in history, we're looking at the Viking era, which is around, let's say 1000 AD, and they may well have been in America. There's a lot of evidence for that, and they believed in gods and interacting with gods like Odin and Thor, and that's their tradition, and giants, and they may well have interacted with the Anunnaki. And then before them, the Greeks believed in many different gods coming down from the mountains, interacting with human beings, and it may have turned into mythology much later, but based upon their stories, it may have been them writing about the Nephilim, Anunnaki. Before them, the Egyptians. certainly left behind a lot of evidence, hieroglyphics and pictures of strange gods in the pyramids and the temples. Some of the archways built are giant. They had bird heads or alligator heads. They simply were different types of beings, and definitely had human beings under lock and key in slavery, towering above them. And before Egypt, we have Sumeria, 4000 to 3000 BC, and extensive writings in the clay tablets about Anu and Enki and Enlil and Inanna and Ra and this whole family, this giant soap opera, ruling over the lands, looking for gold and silver and minerals, and working with human beings more as a slave caste. And that's the end of the line. 4000 BC is our last written documents. Before that, we have some ancient monuments, Göbekli Tepe and ancient city of Jericho and things like that. But as far as written documents, that's the end of the line, 4000 BC in Sumeria. Please check out my work at mysteryislands.net and watch my films online at Vimeo. Thank you.